Come on, year 3. So today is going to be our last maths lesson for a week, because we're off next week for half term. It's hard to believe that it's already been 6 weeks since Easter, since we came back. But this is our last maths lesson. That's quite a mouthful. So I want you to try really hard today, and if you find that you have a bit of time over half term and you want to practice, just make up some 3-digit numbers yourself and you can practice them at home. So let's go through today's guided reading. I think for question number 1, I'm going to use base 10, but for 2 and 3, I'm going to try and do them without. Now I want everybody to be trying to use just column method and not the expanded, the longer column method today. Because you will find, especially as you get a bit older in year 4, 5 and 6, that this method's a lot quicker. Because in 4 and 5 we'll start to add even longer numbers, like 4 and 5 digit numbers. Okay. So let's start with question number 1. It says 132 add 157. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make 132. So I've got 100. How many tens have I got? 3. 1, 2, 3. And how many ones? 2. I'm just going to put them on top of each other so you can see them today. And we're going to add 154. So 100. 5 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, not 154, 157. See, I have to read the question very, very carefully. And 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll just wiggle them up a bit so you can actually see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, perfect. Now, where do we start with our adding? And I'll drill this into you because it's always important. You need to remember this. Always, always, always start with the ones. So let's add our ones together. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 ones. Do we need to regroup if we have 9 ones? No, because it's still only 1 digit, so we can fit it into the ones column, and there's no groups of 10 there. If there was one more, then it would be a group of 10, but at the minute it's 9 ones, so we don't need to regroup. So we can just put our 9 in the ones column. Okay, so we finished the ones. What comes next after the ones comes the tens, so let's add our tens together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 tens. Do we need to regroup? No, because it's still only 1 digit. If there were 2 more groups of 10, then we would regroup it into a group of 100. But we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many is 8 tens? That is 80. So we can put our 8 into the tens column. And finally, easy peasy, you shouldn't even have to ask, 100 add 100 makes 200. So our answer is, sorry, my pen's one right there, 289. Fantastic. Now, if we do question B, 132 add 187. Okay, so we're going to start the same. We're going to make 132. So 132 add 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just check those are right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, and 87. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. So, same as always, starting with the ones, 2 add 7. So we're just adding the numbers that are on top of each other. 2 add 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Easy. Don't need to regroup because it's less than 10. Now we're going to add our tens. 3 add 8. Can you do that in your head, or should we use our base 10? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh dear. We cannot write 11 in there. We can't write 2 ones in there. That wouldn't make sense. So what we're going to do, we're going to regroup 10 of these 10s into one group of 100, exactly. So I'll just show you, look, there's one group of 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you see how they're the exact same size as a group of 100? So we're going to swap these and add in another group of 100. And then we're going to have 110 left. So what that looks like is this 10 is going to stay here in the tens column. And those other 10s have been regrouped into 100, so we need to put that into the hundreds column. So now we finally add in the hundreds. So 11 adds 1. Oh, is that right? 11 adds 1. What mistake have I made there? Now it's very important when you're regrouping to make sure that the regrouping number is smaller and that you know, you should know because it should only have one digit in each place value, that you know that's a regrouped number and not another number. So that's one thing you need to be careful. So what we're actually adding is 1 adds 1 adds 1. 1, 2, 3. Easy. 300. So let's see if we can do these, question 2 and 3, without the base 10. If you still need them at home and you've cut out your own base 10, that's fine to use them along, but I'm just going to show you how to do them without. So we're going to start with question 2a. 301 add 197. So I'm going to estimate here, okay? So 301 is really, really close to 300, and 197 is really close to 200. So 300 and 200 is going to be about 500. So I'm going to use that whenever I finish to check, does that sound right? Is it close to 500? Okay, so let's add, starting with the ones. 1 add 7 makes 8. Easy. 0 add 9. So nothing add 9. It's not going to change. So it's still going to be 9. And then 3 add 1. 1 more than 3, 4. So our answer is 4 hundreds, 9 tens, and 8 ones. 498. So were we close with our estimate of 500? Yeah, we're only 2 away. So that's quite a good estimate, I think. Now the next one, I'm going to estimate this again. So 24 is quite close to 20. 591 is quite close to, well, we could say even 590. 590 and 20, 600, 610. So it's going to be around 610. Okay, so let's add again. 4 add 1, so we're starting with the ones. 4 add 1, easy peasy, 5. Now 2 add 9. I always find it easier to start with a bigger number and then add on the small number. So 9 add 2, 9, 10, 11. Now remember, it's the same as the question 1 up here. We can't put 1 and 1 there. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep so if we have 11, because it's in the tens, it's actually 1100. So we're going to keep one group of 10 here, and we're going to regroup one group of 100 and put it over here. Okay, do you see how that's worked out? We've split it. It's quite hard whenever it's 11 because it's hard to know which one's which. But yeah, so one group of 10s down here, and we're regrouping the 10 tens into one group of 100. So now we've got a blank space, add 5. So 5 add nothing. Nothing changes, it's still 5. But we need to remember about this regrouped one. So 5 add 1 makes 6. So what's our answer there? If we've got 600s, one group of 10 and 5 ones, 615. Fantastic, right. Last question. We have whizzed through these today because I think we spent so long in school doing them. This is just a reminder, just keeping you practicing. So, starting with our ones, 7 add 2. 7, 8, 9, okay. 9. Now, 9 add 8. Now, I find it easier. 10 add 8, I know, is 18. And 9's one less than that. So, 1 less than 18 is going to be 17. Okay. Now, what am I going to do? So, 17 is actually 17 tens, which is 170. I'm going to keep the 7 tens, the 70. And I'm going to regroup this group of 100 into here. Okay, so I'm going to keep the 7 tens and that group of 100. I'm going to regroup into the next column. So blank space, add 1 is just 0, add 1 is 1, add the regrouped 1, 1 add 1 is super tricky, 2. Okay, so what is our answer here? 2 hundreds, 7 tens and 9 ones, 279. Okay, just remember whenever you're regrouping them, try not to get your numbers mixed up, so don't put the 7 there and the 1 there. Just think that you're always putting the bigger number, regrouping the bigger number over. Okay, use base 10 if you need help. You can still use the expanded column method, but I think getting into the habit of using the shorter one is going to be a lot easier for you because you don't use expanded in year 4 at all. Okay, so just take your time, estimate your answers whenever you can, check over them as well. Alright, thank you.